Welcome to ACC Student News. I'm Ivy.
And I'm Mike. Here are this week's stories.
A magnitude 6.8 earthquake hit Tibet. An estimated 30,000 residents have been relocated. 188 are injured and 126 have died. This earthquake is the worst to hit Tibet since a 6.2 magnitude earthquake in 2023. Nearly 3,609 homes have been destroyed. 400 people are trapped at the base of the Himalayas. Added stress is caused by the cold weather the Himalayas, as it can reach -0.4 degrees in the high altitude regions.
The Louisiana Department of Health announced in a statement that a patient over the age of 65 is the first confirmed death after being hospitalized in December from the bird flu. The patient was believed to have a constricted virus after being exposed to a backyard flock of wild birds. The department sends its deepest condolences to the patient's family. Experts continue to stress the importance of preparedness while the health risk remains low. The symptoms may include cough, sore throat, and fever. No further details on the individual have been released.
The Canadian Prime Minister has announced his retirement, marking the end of a significant era in Canadian politics. After years of dedicated service, the Prime Minister cited personal reasons as key factors in his decision to step down. During his tenure, the Prime Minister has been credited with numerous accomplishments. The announcement has sparked a wave of recreations across the political spectrum. Supporters have expressed gratitude for his years of service and leadership, while political analysts are already speculating about potential successors. As the nation prepares for this significant change, the Prime Minister has assured citizens that he will remain committed to his duties until his successor is chosen.
McDonald's is the latest in a string of companies to abandon diversity, equity, and inclusion commitments (DEI). McDonald's made a statement Monday saying it will roll back some of their DEI policies due to conservative backlash. Diversity, equity, and inclusion policies swept corporate America after the 2020 police killing of George Floyd. But recently, these programs have faced legal and political challenges in a wave of backlash from conservative critics and free speech advocates who consider DEI policies racist and woke. McDonald's is the latest big company to shift its tactics in the wake of the 2023 U.S. Supreme Court ruling that outlawed affirmative action in college admissions.
Hammond woman murdered by ex-husband Tiffany Woods was shot and killed. The main suspect in her case, her husband, Alan Oscar Woods, went missing after the shooting. There has been an ongoing search for Woods. Members of Tiffany's family state they believe he was in Chicago. He was spotted near the 1200 block of South Canal Street on the near west side of Chicago. Police took him into custody soon after. Charges were filed against him last month prior to his arrest. He has been charged with homicide. No further information on the arrest or murder case has been released at this time.
That's all we have for now. Please stay tuned with more news from ACC TV.
Welcome back to ACC Student News. I'm Sasha.
And I'm Aiden. Here are this week's stories.
A U.S. veteran made an attack on Trump Hotel using ChatGPT. U.S. Special Forces veteran SGT Matthew Livelsberger used ChatGPT to gain information on how many explosives he'd need for the attack, where to buy that many fireworks, and how to obtain a phone without giving out credentials. Livelsberger threatened a Cybertruck and drove to Las Vegas and parked outside the Trump Hotel, where he doused the truck in explosives with racing fuel and fatally shot himself, setting off the explosives. The truck contained the explosion with no outside injury. Officials say this is the first case where AI was used to plan a crime. Police and FBI say they knew and would eventually play a part in crimes, but it was never thought it'd be so soon. Investigators are still gathering more information.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, the creator behind Instagram and Facebook, announced that fact-checking program for a more community-driven system similar to X's Community Notes, the catalyst for this change being the presidential election, with Zuckerberg expressing in a video that he wants to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on Meta platforms, stating that they are going back to their roots, simplifying policies and free expressions on the platforms. Zuckerberg's community-driven policies have yet to be implemented.
A former Madison County councilman and preacher is wanted on 18 counts of child molestation. The charges include both rape and child seduction. A warrant was issued for Stephen Sumner's arrest after he did not show up for his trial in July 2023. Authorities located over 100 images of potential child pornography on his digital devices. There was also allegations made by a 16-year-old girl that he gave her alcohol and engaged in sexual activities with her. The U.S. Marshals Service is offering anyone $25,000 for anyone who can give information that leads to the arrest of Stephen Sumner.
Free fighters from Los Angeles have been from fierce winds that have fueled devastating wildfires, killing 10 people and destroying over 10,000 homes since Tuesday. The flames have swept through scenic neighborhoods like Pacific Palisades and Malibu, leaving rubble where once standing homes stood. New fires, such as the Kenneth Fire in the San Fernando Valley, continue to threaten the area. Firefighters have been aggressively battling the blazes, but the situation remains critical as the winds keep spreading the flames.
Health officials warn us citizens about an outbreak in the norovirus. Symptoms of norovirus include severe vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and nausea, typically lasting for 1 to 3 days. The outbreak has led to numerous schools closures. Public health authorities are urging people to have preventive measures and frequently washing hands and disinfecting contaminated surface and avoiding close contact with affected individuals. Norovirus spreads easily through contaminated food and water, making it challenging to contain. In response to the outbreak, severe public health campaigns have been launched to educate the public on how to prevent the spread of the virus.
Future President Donald Trump has few plans to set in place for when he is inaugurated into the presidency. He plans to put into place renaming the Gulf of Mexico. Trump informed the public, stating that the Gulf of Mexico is America's. Sources say Trump can theoretically change the name of the Gulf, but other countries do not have to follow the name change. Another idea Trump has thrown out is buying Greenland and making it part of the 50 states of the United States. Greenland is the location of the northernmost U.S. military base in the country. Greenland is under the ownership of Denmark, and Denmark itself has stated that Greenland is not for sale.
That's all the news we have for today.
Make sure to follow us on ACC TV Hammond on YouTube and Instagram.